Hey everybody. I'm assuming people can hear me now. We're having some technical difficulties getting started. But we're here now. So sorry about the delay here. Anyway, so I really wanted to talk to you today and update you on some things that are going on at Mineral Area College for our students that we have out there that may be wondering what's going on. Of course, we've tried to keep people in the loop as far as we can. However, I think it's important that we stay in contact with each other to make sure that we're aware of any issues that you're going through. We want to make sure that you have as much help as you need. And so just to summarize what's happened, of course, you all know the world is in a pandemic right now for the coronavirus. And we as an institution have decided to move all of our classes online and go to a virtual format for our classes for the duration of the semester. That was a tough decision, and I know that some of you have struggled with that because you didn't sign on here, for online classes. You wanted to take on-ground classes as, I know many of you did. And I think what you should understand about that as well is that a lot of our faculty didn't sign on to teach online classes either. And so they're scrambling to make sure that we can get the education to you as best possible. There's still some kinks to work out. We know everything's not perfect, but still working on that as we move forward. So we appreciate your patience, your cooperation, as we go forward. As you know, we're not the only college dealing with this. Every college in the state has moved to a similar model, and most colleges throughout the United States actually have moved to a similar model. So as we move forward, we just want to make sure that we're keeping the communication lines open for you and anything you might need moving forward. So before I go any further, I will say that this will be published again later with closed captioning. Right now, we don't have the closed captioning in, so we'll get more on that when we publish it later, as that wasn't available live. But really, just to update on anything else, like I said, campus is closed. There's just a few of us here working on campus, but everybody else is working from home, still available to help you if anything you need. So when you call or you email, you're going to get a response. Be patient, as there could be a slight delay in the response with everybody figuring out how to balance this not being in the office thing. But we do appreciate your patience and know that someone will get back to you. We definitely want you to be successful as you move forward in your college career. As we've said before, you started here for a reason, and we want to make sure you can keep on that journey as you go. It's just going to look a little different for the time being, but hopefully it's not too long till we're back on track and offering on-ground classes just like we had planned before. But for the duration of the semester, on-ground classes will be moved to online. They started on Monday, and we have had lots of calls to our help desk for technology and other issues, and I hope we've been able to get those resolved in a timely manner. I know we've had a lot of calls. Like I said, please be patient, and we'll work with you as best we can, of course. We want you to be successful. Other than that, College Park, which is our residence hall on campus, is open for any residents that are currently there. For any College Park residents who have left, we'd encourage you not to come back during this time. If you have a place to stay and you're secure there, we ask that you stay in that location so you don't take a risk of being exposed to anything else. And right now we have no confirmed cases on the Mineral Area College campus or any of our students. But we need to be careful about what we're doing with physical distancing and abiding by the direction from the state and other agencies about groups of less than 10 and 6 feet apart and all that stuff that you've heard already. So if you're a College Park student, a resident, and you have left, we encourage you to stay at home if you can. If you need a place to stay, if that's the only place, please come back. Just communicate with the housing staff so we know that you're safe and that you're in the right place. Meal plans and meal service is still provided for those students as well during this time until the end of the semester. Other than that, every service, like I said, is still available online or on phone or email. So we want you to know that we are here for you in that way. So please take advantage of those services if you need them. We asked online yesterday for any questions that were out there. We did get one, but please use the chat feature to ask any questions now, and I'll do my best to answer as many of them as I can, technical difficulties aside. And so I do want to update you on the future. Right now, we haven't made any plans past the spring semester commencement right now has been canceled, which was a really tough decision and unfortunate. We know that commencement is something that everyone looks forward to. You've earned it, and you deserve that opportunity to walk across the stage there and get your diploma, shake hands, and have your family celebrate with you. And it means a lot that we can be a part of that celebration for you. But just some little history of why we made that decision. At the time we made that decision, the CDC had asked for no gatherings of 50 or more and for 8 weeks. Well, our commencement was May 9th, and so that put us right at the tail end of those 8 weeks, and it just was a little too risky to do that. Now, of course, the guidance has changed. That time has been extended, and the groups recommended are much smaller. So we decided to go ahead and not do commencement this time, but anyone who was planning on walking in commencement can still do so at a subsequent ceremony, any ceremony in the future. We just need to know that you're going to, and we'll make sure you get a chance to do that. I know that's not ideal, but right now, health and safety of our community and you is very important, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of you. As far as graduation itself, though, if you are qualified to graduate and you meet all the requirements, you will graduate in May. You will still get your diploma this summer. All that will still happen. You just won't have the ceremony to walk in. So hopefully we can have something in the future of a celebration to commemorate that for you, because that's a really big deal. In fact, I believe personally that commencement's the biggest day of the year for any college. And so we want to make sure that we're providing that opportunity for you if we can. It was not an easy decision to cancel that. As far as moving forward in the summer, decisions have not been made yet. We're still kind of waiting to see how things go. We know that there are some that are very optimistic about this being over in a reasonable time, but we're being as realistic as we can and taking advice from our health department and the state health officials, medical professionals that are really saying this might take a little longer. And so we're being optimistic, but at the same time being realist and cautious. We don't want to put anybody at risk, of course. So summer classes will still be held and will still be open. Again, we don't know yet, but it's possible that is an online-only option or a virtual. So if we're not in class, sorry, I forgot to think of the word there. And so we're working on that as we move forward. I do see a question on there from one of our employees asking about a commencement program. We're working on that right now. We do believe that's an important keepsake. And so we're working on that process of how to create a commencement program possibly for that event. So more information to come on that, but thanks for asking, Rodney. As we move forward, we'll definitely try to get more information to you. As far as the questions go that we have been asked so far on the MAC Facebook page, there was a question about dual credit. And a lot of our high school students that were taking dual credit, of course, aren't in school now with all of our public schools being closed at the moment. We're still working with those schools to develop a plan for those students. The guidance that we have right now from most of our local schools is that they plan to try to reopen on April 6th. And then, so we're going to kind of wait and see what they say about that and try to get some more information as we move forward. But we're working with those school districts to get education to those students right now and trying to figure out a way to make that work. Dual credit can work differently at different schools, and so we want to make sure, based on how it's delivered, so we want to make sure we're providing the best product and approaching this in a consistent manner. Other than that, I hope you have some questions. If you do, we've still got some time for that as we go. And I see there's several people watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. We hope to do this on a weekly basis so that we can answer questions for students as we move forward. These are unprecedented times in our history. As you all know, the word unprecedented has been used more, I think, this year than any other year, right? But as we've talked about before, if you look back in history, back in 1920, the Spanish flu was ending. And that was a worldwide pandemic, and it was ending in 1920. Well, around that same time, our founding fathers were planning Flat River Junior College, which later became Mineral Area College. And so I think it just goes to show that good things can come out of it, and we can all be stronger at the end because of this. So we really appreciate everyone's patience and cooperation and working on this. I know these are not the times and exactly the plan you signed up for necessarily. Unless you were already a completely online student, then you're probably just going along as usual. But for the rest of you who didn't plan on being an online student, we do appreciate your patience as we work forward to get your education to you. We want to make sure that you meet those goals that you set for yourself. So we really appreciate, again, your patience and understanding as we move forward. So please ask questions if you have any. The website will still be open where you can add additional questions, and we'll do our best to answer on Facebook. And we'll post about future times that we'll be offering Facebook Live events so we can give more information to you. So there you have it. This recording will be available on the website again, and we hope to get closed captioning on there soon for those that may be hard of hearing or have a developmental disability there, so we can make sure that everyone has an opportunity to see this message and hear this message as best they can. So please let us know as you move forward if you have any questions. And the question that I see now, Karina, says, for students that live on campus and go home, how will this affect housing payments? Well, right now housing is still open, so it's still available. We haven't moved through the process of changing anything as far as that goes. Your housing is still there, and presumably a lot of your stuff is still there. But we do encourage students, if you need to be on campus, if you need a place to live, your home is still here. That's still available to you. And so please let us know, though, so we can just have an understanding of how many students are in College Park, and meal plans are still available, still provided, so they would know how many people to prepare for. So Doug asks about any tips for students transitioning to online courses for the first time. That's a good question. And I think patience is good, but communication is the most important thing. If you have any concerns or any issues, you're struggling with anything, communicate with your instructor. They need to know this. And also, like I said earlier, keep in mind that a lot of your instructors may have never taught an online class before this. And so they're kind of learning it along with you, and you're still going to get the same quality instruction, just the mode will be a little different. So I encourage you to keep communication open with your instructors, with our Learning Center, for tutoring services, anything we can do to help. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Robin asked if there was an email sent to students about this live stream. There was not. It was just posted on the MAC Facebook page, but for future communications, there will be, encouraging students to join. It was, to be honest, completely transparent with you. It was something that we kind of decided to do yesterday and moved out the kinks. We didn't really want to announce it until we were sure we could do it, and it turned out we could. So put the announcement out about it. So next time there'll be more communication about it. All right. Any other questions? Please feel free to add them at this time. I don't want you to just sit and listen to me if you don't have to, but I'm still here on campus. There are still a few people here, like I said. I do want to take a moment, even though our audience is predominantly for students. I know a lot of employees are watching too, but I want to take a moment to appreciate some people. Our IT department has now moved our Wi-Fi connection for students into the parking lots, so students can get access to that if they don't have internet at home, but you have a device. You can pull up there in your car, sit in your car, don't get out and talk to people, stay physically distant from people, but you can use the Wi-Fi there. I know there's some places locally, Farmington Public Library has too, offered a Wi-Fi outside their building, so there's opportunities to get in that. So I want to thank the IT department. Our general services department has been working extremely hard to keep this campus clean. And just walking around, it feels like you're walking around in a hospital out there. It is really clean, and trying to keep everything disinfected. So when we do open back up, and we will open back up, that the campus is ready for you and as safe as possible for you to come back to for your health. We did have a question about there from Katie about internship classes. That is a good question, Katie. We're working on that. That's one of those gray areas that we're trying to figure out as we move forward, but there'll be communication out about that as soon as we get it figured out. Sorry I don't have a better answer for you right now, but that is currently being discussed. All right. Any other questions? We just have a few minutes left on the live stream. So if you have any questions, now's the time for a live answer. But again, you can add your questions on the MAC Facebook page, and we will make sure that you get those answered on the page for you. Other than that, I do also want to do a little shout out for our allied health departments, our science faculty. We had people come out with equipment and PPE equipment for local medical professionals. We were able to donate a lot of things through Washington County Ambulance District, Park Hills Health Center, Bonne Terre Urgent Care, these places that were in desperate need of masks and gloves, and hundreds of those supplies were able to go out because of the initiative of employees at Mineral Area College that could use that equipment that we have and those items we have we're able to send out. And so we really appreciate those folks for getting that stuff out. And we just want to say we appreciate all of our healthcare professionals out there that are just working so hard to make this happen. All of our local schools who are getting meals out to students. I mean, a lot of our employees have children in the area schools, and we really appreciate this. The response by education and health and just our communities has been tremendous. So we really appreciate everybody getting involved. And if there's anything else we can do, if we can do it, we will. We want to help. We are a community college, and we believe very strongly in that community college mission, helping the community. So please keep us in mind. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and end this Facebook Live, but really appreciate everybody being a part of this and listening to me ramble for a while. And thank you so much for your questions. Please keep them coming, and we'll do this again, and we'll definitely send out more communication to encourage more students to be a part of it. So thanks, everybody. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands, and just stay inside for a little while and take some online classes. Enrollment's open right now for summer and fall, so you can still get enrolled in classes and keep that train going on your journey to reach your educational goals. So we're here to help you. Keep in touch and stay safe. Thanks, everybody.